Namaste. In the previous classes we have discussed about relationship between pointers and functions, and we have studied how to pass pointers to the function. There are two methods to pass a address to the function or pass a pointers to the function. One is a pass by reference method, second one is a pass by pointer method. Okay, in that we have studied first one, that is pass by reference. We have studied pass by reference. Today we are studying pass by pointer method. I have considered very simple example for pass by pointer method. This is the same example what we have studied for pass by reference, but only few changes are here. And this is a program to swap or interchange the values of a and b. Okay, we are considering two variables a and b, and we interchange the values of a and b. We'll consider here void main. It is a main function. In the main function we have written a function that is void swap int star x comma int star y. These are the concepts what we have studied in the previous concept, that is a function prototype. First one what I have written here is a function prototype, that is void swap int star x comma int star y. Here swap is a user defined function that I have declared, and that declaration is known as function prototype. It's known as function prototype, declaring the function. Next, I have considered two variables a and b. A is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. Next, see out before interchange. Interchange ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು a value ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು, b value ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ. That is before interchange value of a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. Okay, I'll just show you the same thing in a memory. I have declared two variables a and b. Assume it has a memory address 1000 and b has a memory address 1002. Because a and b are integers, so both are allocated with 2 bytes of memory space. So a is allocated 2 bytes, b is allocated 2 bytes of memory space. A is stored in the memory location 1000 and its value is initialized to 10. B is initialized to 20. Okay, now you can see the memory address. A's memory address is 1000, B's memory address is 1002. A's value is 10, B's value is 20. Before interchange, what are the values of A and B? Before interchange, value of A will be equal to 10, value of B is equal to 20. Because we have not interchanged the values now, so its value is same. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. Next, swap ampersand A comma ampersand B. What is this? Swap ampersand A comma ampersand B. What is this? This is a function call. This is a function call. Okay, calling a function. Which function is called? Swap function is called. Function name is written here. That is a function which has to be called. Ampersand A comma ampersand B. What is ampersand A? What is ampersand? Ampersand gives the address. Ampersand is a unary operator, helps to get the address of a particular variable. Here I have written ampersand A. So address of A. Ampersand B. Address of B. That is the argument here. Okay, here swap function is called by passing the arguments, that is ampersand A and ampersand B. Here what we are passing? Here we are passing address. Okay, in the previous one we have not passed address. Here we are passing the address, so it is known as pass by pointer. Make out the difference in the previous example what we have considered in the previous class and the example what we are considering now. This is the difference what we have, that is here we are having ampersand A. In the previous one we had just A comma B, but here we have ampersand A comma ampersand B. What is that? That is the address. Address is passed as an argument here. Address is passed as an argument. So it is known as pass by pointer. So here function swap is called. Swap is called by passing the address. What is passed? Ampersand A, address of A. What is address of A? Here it is written 1000. Address of A is 1000. What is the address of B? That is 1002. Address of A is 1000. Address of B is 1002. That is passed to the function. And it is assigned to what? A. Address of A is assigned to X. Address of B is assigned to Y. So here what I get? Star of X is what? Ampersand A. What is address of A? 1000. Next here, int star of Y. What is Y? Address of B. That is 1002. Okay. So here we have X as 1000 and Y as 1002. X is equal to ampersand A is assigned to X, ampersand B is assigned to Y. I'll repeat once again. Swap ampersand A comma ampersand B is the function call. When there is a function call, control directly goes to function by passing the argument ampersand A and ampersand B to the function. That is, ampersand A is assigned to X, ampersand B is assigned to Y. What is ampersand A? Ampersand A is 1000. What is ampersand B? That is 1002. Okay. So 1000 is assigned to X and 1002 is assigned to Y. Okay. So here we have arguments 1000 and 1002. That is actually memory address. So it is given here. It is a memory address 1000 and 1002. Next, int temp is equal to star of X. Int temp is equal to star of X. What is star of X? What is star of X? What is X? Temp is equal to star of X. What is X? X is written here. What is X? 1000. Star of 1000. Here, what is star of 1000? Star means what? Pointer operator. What it does? It gives the value stored in a particular memory address. Memory address is 1000. Star of 1000 means what? It is a value stored in 1000 memory location. 1000th memory address ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆದಂತ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? 1000 memory address is this. So this is 10. Okay. So here if I say star of 1000, it is equal to the value what is stored in 1000th memory location. What is that value? That is 10. Next, star X is equal to star Y. Star X is equal to star Y. What is star X? What is star X? Star X is equal to star Y. I'll write like this, star X equal to star Y. What is star Y? What is star Y? Value which is stored in Yth memory location. What is Y then? Y is 1002. 1002 Y is equal to 1002. So 1002 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನು ಇದು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ X is equal to star Y. Star X is equal to star Y. What is star Y? Star Y is 1002. That is star of 1002. Star Y is star of 1002. What is star of 1002? Value stored in 1002. What is value stored in 1002? That is 20. Okay. Is it clear? What is star X then? What is star X? Star X ಅಲ್ಲಿ 20 ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ X. What is the star X? What is star X here? Star X is how much? X is 1000. Is it clear? X is 1000. Okay? X is 1000. So this value will be replaced by 20. Is it clear? This value will be replaced by 20. This is replaced and here 20 is written. Value in 1000th memory location. Star X means value in 1000th memory location, value in 1000 memory location must be equal to 20. So this value will be considered as 20. Is it clear? X is how much? 1000. Y is how much? 1002. Is it clear? So star x helidre star value stored in 1000 must be equal to star y, that is 20. Is it clear? Next, star y is equal to temp. Star y is equal to temp. What is temp? Temp already we have considered. Temp is equal to star x, that is equal to 10. Okay. Star y is equal to temp means what? Star y means star y is equal to temp means what? Value. Star means value. Value stored in y. Y how much? 1002 must be equal to temp. What is temp? Temp is equal to 10. So we have 1002 memory location must have a value 10. 1002 memory location must have a value 10. Can you make out the value got changed? Have you make out the value got changed here? That is, A was the value in 1000 memory location was 10 and 1002 memory location was 20. In this user defined function, we have interchanged the value of x and y, but it is got reflected in A and B. That means here x and y, here x and y are formal arguments, A and B are actual arguments. Is it clear? Formal arguments and actual argument both refers to the same memory location, that is 1000 and 1002 respectively. So suppose if we make changes over formal argument, it will reflect in actual argument. Formal argument uses the original values, that is actual arguments, and if I make changes over formal argument, it will reflect in, it will also make changes in actual arguments. I'll just repeat this once again. See, here we have considered A and B. Okay, assume that I have declared two variables, A as 10 and B as 20. Okay, and consider the memory address of A as 1000, memory address of B as 1002. Okay, memory address of A is 1000, memory address of B is 1002. Value stored for A is 10 and for B is 20. Now here, from here I will start. Swap ampersand A comma ampersand B. Here A and B are actual arguments and X and Y are formal arguments. Here A and B are actual arguments, X and Y are formal arguments. When there is a function is called, actual arguments value got copied to formal arguments. That is, A and B's value got copied to X and Y. Here we are considering address of A and address of B. So those addresses are copied to X and Y. So here we are passing the addresses. So it is known as pass by pointer method. Is it clear? So here I will call a function swap ampersand A comma ampersand B. What is ampersand A? I am asking what is ampersand A? What is ampersand? Gives the address. So ampersand A is how much? 1000. What is B? Ampersand B, that is 1002. So I can write here swap 1000 comma 1002. Is it clear? You have to swap the values in 1000 and 1002. Not the address swapping here. Here we are swapping the values which is stored in particular memory location. We have to interchange the values what is stored in 1000 and 1002 memory location. So here I am calling a function. So control directly comes to the function swap, and here X and Y are formal arguments. To this A and B value will be copied. What is ampersand A? 1000. So X gets the value 1000. And here Y gets the value 2000. Is it clear? X gets the value 1000, Y gets the value how much? 1002. Sorry, here Y gets the value 1002. x is copied with the value ampersand a, so x is equal to 1000. Y is copied with the value 1002, that is y is equal to 1002. This is known as x and y are formal argument. It gets the value of a and b. Is it clear? Whatever the values we have stored in ampersand a and ampersand b, that is copied to x and y. That is formal argument copied the value of actual argument, or even I can say formal argument uses the original values. Original values ಅಂದರೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆದಂಥ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ನಾವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅದು ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್. ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂವನ್ನು ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಪೀಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ampersand x and here ampersand a and ampersand b is copied to x and y. So x will be equal to 1000, y will be equal to 1002. So you can say here 1000 is there, right? So x is one more name given to this particular memory location. Y is one more name given to this particular memory location. Suppose if I say 1000 memory location, you can give the name for the, you can say the name of that memory location as either 1000 or if I say 1000 memory location, if I say the memory address as 1000 address, then you can say the name as either x or a. If I say the memory address 1002, you can say the name either as b or y. Is it clear? 1000 memory address ಗೆ ಎರಡು ಹೆಸರಿದೆ, that is x or a. 1002 memory address ಗೆ ಎರಡು ಹೆಸರಿದೆ, that is y or b. Is it clear? So we are referencing a particular memory location with the two different names here. Okay, now we are accessing those values not directly as x, y, a, b, not like that we access through the address itself by using the pointer operator itself. Is it clear? Pointer operator use ಮಾಡಿಯೇ ನಾವು ಆ values ಅನ್ನು access ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ through the addresses. Okay, so now here we have x is equal to 1000 and y is equal to 1002. Now we in the previous example how we have accessed temp is equal to x, x is equal to y, y is equal to temp. But here it is a pass by pointer method. So how we have to access? Through the address itself, right? So we'll consider int temp is equal to star x through the address. If I want to access 10, I have to access through the address. That is through the address 1000. But I don't want address, I want a value. So what I have to do? Star. Just ನಾನು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ 1002 ಆಗ್ತದೆ. 1000 ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂವನ್ನು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ನಾವು? ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆದರೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಆಫ್ 1000 ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಆಫ್ 2000 ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಆಫ್ 3000. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಆಫ್ 1000 ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಆಫ್ 1002 ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ temp equal to star x. I'll write here temp is equal to star x. What is x? You know x is 1000, star of 1000, value which is stored in 1000 memory location. What is the value stored in 1000 memory location? That is 10. Is it clear? Next one, star x. What is meant by star x? Star x means star of 1000 equal to star y. What is star y? Star of y means what? Y is 1002. So what you can say here? Star of 1000, value which is stored in 1000. Value, star means value, star of 1000, value which is stored in 1000 must be equal to star value which is stored in 1002. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದದ್ರದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಕೇಳಿ. ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ stored in 1000 memory location must be equal to value stored in 1002 memory location. That is, in this location which value I have to store? I have to store a value what is there in 1002, that is 20. This will be replaced by 20. Is it clear? Next one, next step, star y is equal to temp. Star y is equal to temp means what? Value stored in y. Y means how much? That is 1002. Value stored in 1002 memory location. Value value stored in 1002 memory location must be equal to temp value. What is the temp value we have considered? That is 10. Okay, temp value we have considered 10. So star of 1002 must be, value stored in 1002 must be equal to 10. Okay, so what we have interchanged here? We have interchanged values stored in 1000 and 1002. That is x and y values we have changed. Okay, we have changed the values of x and y. X and y are formal arguments. We have changed the values of x and y. That is the formal argument. Now suppose if I change the value of formal argument, I have changed the value of formal argument, is it affected in original argument? Yes, it is affected in original argument. Yes or no? Here I have changed the values of x and y. X value was 10, y value was 20. I have interchanged it. I got it as 20 and 10. Is it clear? Now whether it had reflected in A and B? Yes. Why? Because x and A refers to same memory location, y and b refers to same memory location. If I make changes over formal argument, it will affect in actual arguments. Is it clear? If I make changes over formal argument, it will affect to actual argument or original argument. Okay. So in pass by pointer method, formal arguments copies the values of actual argument or original values. Suppose if I make changes to the formal argument, it will reflect in actual argument. So we can say that even formal argument and even the actual argument refers to the same memory location. Both the argument refers to the same memory location. Actual argument A and B, formal argument x and y. In this case, A and x refers to the same memory location, B and y refers to the same memory location. So if I make changes to x and y, it will reflect in A and B. That's the concept here. Is it clear? Next we'll move on to next concept, that is the object pointer or pointer to object. Okay, object pointer or pointer to object. What is the object pointer or pointer to object? We'll see the definition, that is pointer pointing to the object. Pointer pointing to the object. Pointer pointing to the object is known as a object pointer or pointer to object. What is a pointer pointing to object means? See, using pointer what we can do? Using pointer we can store the address of another variable, isn't it? Using pointer we can store the address of another variable. Similarly, we can store the address of a object also. Is it clear? We can use a pointer to store the address of the object. So here object means what? It is a variable of class type. Okay, if when we are writing a C++ program, we include a class. Okay, for class we have to create an object, isn't it? To access the members of a class, we need to create an object. That object's address can be stored in a pointer. Is it clear? That is known as pointer to object or object pointer. Pointer to object or object pointer. Okay, that is pointer pointing to the object. Pointer stores the address of the object, is known as a object pointer or pointer to object. Okay, now see here, it is the class student class I have created, and you know we can create object like this for the student class, that is a class name and object name, isn't it? Next we will create some pointer sp. Suppose if a pointer has to store the address of integer values, the pointer must be integer type. Suppose if the pointer has to store the address of a float data type, then pointer must be float. Here the pointer has to store the address of a class, address of object. Object is created for particular class, right? So object is suppose if I create a student class, its object will be what type? S is the object created for student class, so its type will be student. To store this object address, to store this object's address, we need a pointer variable, right? That is star sp is a pointer variable to store the address of a object. It also must be what type? It also must be student type only. S is a student type, so sp also must be student type itself, because here sp is a pointer which holds the address of object S. So both must be of same type. Okay. How to store the address? How to store the address in a pointer? How to store the address of the object in a pointer? That is a simple way how we have stored a variable address in a pointer. Similarly, here sp is a pointer variable equal to ampersand s, address of a object. Okay. Syntax is same, that is pointer variable name, I'll write pointer name equal to ampersand object name. Syntax to store the address of object, to store address of object. Syntax to store the address of object, that is pointer name is equal to ampersand object name. Pointer name is equal to ampersand object name. Pointer name I will consider as sp. Object what I have considered here? Yes. So it's address, that is ampersand yes. Now we have created a pointer variable and we have stored the address of object in a pointer variable. Finally, after creating a object pointer, we can access the data members or functions of a class using an object pointer. Usually we access class members using objects, isn't it? Class members are accessed by using object, that is object name dot function name helps us to call a member function. Okay. Similarly, object name dot member name helps us to access a variables or data members of a class. Similarly, suppose if we have created a pointer object, pointer to the object or object pointer, we can access the class members using object pointer itself. Okay. How to access it? That is by using member reference operator, that is a arrow operator. Okay. We have to use a arrow operator and we have to use a pointer name. What is the pointer name here? Pointer name is sp. We can access I'll write here accessing members of a class using object pointer, object pointer, that is pointer name, arrow operator, member name. It may be a data member or it may be a member function. Okay. We can access members of a class using a object pointer as pointer name, arrow operator, member name, member operator. That is, for example, to access a get function, I have to use a pointer variable name sp, arrow operator get. To access a print, pointer variable name, arrow operator or member operator and print function. This is how we are going to access. I will just explain this function. I will start from main function. Usually execution starts from main. I have created a class student here, isn't it? That has 3 data members, roll number, fees and name. Roll number is integer type, fees is float type, name is a character array. Next I have 2 functions, that is get and print. Get is to accept the input from the user, print is to display the contents of the what we have accepted. Okay. Next here I will go to class first. sorry, I'll go to void main. Void main student, yes. I have created a student class, so for that I am creating a object, yes. Here we are talking about pointer to object or object pointer. So I need to create a pointer variable here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ object pointer ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಟು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಯೂಶುವಲ್ ಹೌ ಯು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಅ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್, ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪಿನ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಎಸ್ ಪಿ. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು? ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿನ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಟು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ದ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ಎಸ್. ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ಎಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಎಸ್ ಪಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಆಂಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಎಸ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ address of s in sp. okay, now sp has a address of object s. So whatever the work object does, that is calling a function or accessing the variables, the same thing can be done by a object pointer. okay, object ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಕ್ ಈಗ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. that is object pointer is stored with the address of a object. okay, so I can call a function get, sp arrow operator get. Remember here you cannot use dot operator. If it is a object you can use, if it is object pointer you cannot use dot operator, you must use arrow operator, arrow get. So directly it comes to get function and it asks you to enter roll number, name and fees. I'll enter roll number as 1111, name as x and fees as 10,000. that will be accepted as roll number, name and fees. roll number ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1111 ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ನೇಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ x ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಫೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10,000 ಹೇಳಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. again it comes back here. next which is called print function. so control directly comes to print function and it displays a name. first name will be displayed, that is x. next roll number will be displayed, that is 1111. next fees will be displayed, that is 10,000. okay, finally get ch and we terminate a program by closing a flower brackets. Is it clear? This is how object pointer or pointer to object is used in C++. okay, next we have simple two topics to study in this particular chapter, that is self-referential structure. Self-referential structure. I'll consider a structure node. okay, any name you can consider. I have considered here node. next I'll write int data. okay, and I'll consider node star next. okay, this is a example for self-referential structure, the structure which references itself. okay, self-referential structure which references itself. that is, I'll just tell you the definition. self-referential structure is a structure which has a element. okay, self-referential structure is a structure which has a element that is a pointer. Here star next, right? that is a pointer to the structure. what is structure here? node. it is a pointer to the structure of same type. here structure is node type. here also we have created a pointer element which is a node type itself. is it clear? have you understood? it is here star next is a pointer to node type data. is it clear? star next is a pointer to node. star next is a pointer of node type. that means what? star next holds the address of node type of data. what is node? node is a structure. okay, so you can say that self-referential structure is a structure which has a element that is pointer to the structure of same type. okay, here it is a star next is a pointer to the node type of structure. Okay, star next is a pointer to the node type of structure. That is inside which structure? The same structure. The node structure has star next, that is a pointer to node itself. This is a pointer to node itself. So this particular structure references itself, so it is known as a self-referential structure. Okay. Finally, we move on to last topic, that is this pointer. This is only for 1 mark you can study self-referential structure, that is for the definition. Next is this pointer, it's also used for definition. This pointer allows object to access its own address. If any object wants to access its own address, then we can use this pointer. Okay, if any object wants to access its own address, then we can go for this pointer. For example, assume there is a variable x. Okay, assume there is a variable x. Suppose if I write like this, I want to access the address of x. I want to access the address of x. I'll just write like this. Cout address of x. How I can get that address? That is by using this pointer. I'll just write this arrow x. Address of x will be obtained by writing this arrow operator x. Okay, this arrow operator x helps us to get the address of x. That means this operator helps us to access helps the object. Here this operator helps the object to access its own address. Okay, this allows the object to access its own address. Is it clear? Here x can access its own address by using this arrow operator x. Okay, this is the end of this particular chapter. And advantages of pointers are there. I hope I'll just glance those advantages of pointer. See, you have studied all these concepts in a pointer. So by this you can able to tell what are the advantages. That is, first one is helps us to develop efficient program. Helps us to develop efficient program. And we can even say that here memory utilization is good, right? Memory utilization is efficient. Memory is utilized properly. Okay, memory is utilized properly. And here allocation and deallocation of memory can be done during execution. Okay, we can allocate and deallocate a memory, allocate and deallocate a memory during execution. Okay, here I mentioned you 3 advantages. Efficient program can be developed, and efficient memory utilization, allocation and deallocation can be done easily. And here even you can say one more example, that is here one more advantage, that is we are directly dealing with the memory addresses, so we can say we can deal with the hardware components. Easy to deal with hardware component. Easy to deal with hardware components. Still few advantages are there here. From this particular chapter there will be a 1 mark question and 3 mark question appear for final exam. So you can study 1 mark questions and 3 marks questions properly. Okay, And this is the end of this particular chapter. Thank you.